Today we're taking bleaching jeans to a whole other level. We're calling this one Country Roads.
Oh my, the cable soup on the floor. It's already late, okay? We have been putting lots of effort in finding the jeans. I will save you guys a long story, but I went to 3 vintage stores in Berlin to find a jean. Even though my house is full of clothes, nothing fits me. And in the stores, there was nothing. So I guess I'm gonna sweat a little bit more or something. I don't want to make any adjustments to the jeans. We're just gonna keep it easy. No sewing, no sorrow, just bleach. Okay, so time to put on your old clothes. And polyester, I guess it shouldn't bleach. I thought it would be pretty cool if we would make some templates so that we only bleach a pattern on the jeans that is sort of chaps. You know what I mean? Follow me. Are you there? You can still click away. It's not too late.
Just kidding. Stay. But if chaps isn't really your thing, you could also apply the bleaching technique to the entire jeans or choose another design. If symmetry isn't really your thing either, you could do an asymmetrical design. So you have one worry less. Step 1. Templates.
So it's more of a rough outline. So that I can also see in the mirror if I like the placement a little bit, and then I can do the real thing.
This might actually shock you, but this jeans had like back pockets, so I felt like it only made sense to really go right along the side of the pocket. On the inner leg seam, we want our lines to meet, so that will actually resemble a real chaps.
Okay, maybe I should Google chaps for a minute. Okay, they literally come in all shapes. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can just do what you like. I feel like maybe I will try to make it a little bit higher.
I will never forget that one comment that said, I did not prepare my videos well, because well, that's absolutely... You know what? I digress. The point is, preparation's on fleek this time. I already did some tests and you might want to do that too to get the hang of it a little bit. Because this is what we don't want. Too much drips and drops everywhere. But I got some tricks up my sleeve. Don't you worry. This side I thought was better, where we see a lot of the texture of the mesh that we're gonna use. So my initial plan was to use this tape to make the shape, pull it completely off, put it onto paper to trace it, cut it out to have like a paper pattern, which you can use to trace the lines again onto the jeans, and then add tape to the jeans again. That every side will be perfectly symmetrical. But I hear you thinking, oh, hell no, ain't nobody got time for that. Was that just me? So I decided to just trace the shape to the other side of the jeans using my measuring tape to try to mirror the more or less exact same line, and then just tape everything directly onto the jeans.
I guess a chaps also has a waistband around. Maybe we add some bleach to the waistband and the belt loops too. Okay, the chaps is chapping. What I didn't tell you is that a success story actually already begun yesterday. I'm doing tests with this little spray bottle. This is like a room perfume, old, really cheap bottle. But I thought maybe level up. Maybe I want to do a series of jeans. Maybe this is gonna be my new thing. Better buy a proper spray bottle. A chargeable spray bottle. And when I was buying it, I was like, this is either gonna be really stupid or a genius.
Quiz time. Well, what do you think? Yeah.
Dripping and spitting and all over your clothes.
Moral of the story being, we need a really fine mist to make this work. And since you can't test the mist of spray bottles in the store, that is, if you don't want to get banned, you're likely better off using a spray bottle you already have, whether it's emptying a cosmetics bottle or a cleaning bottle. The less there's drips and drops, the better it will be. Step 2. Add mesh.
Oh. Okay guys, I don't think this is my best angle, but we're outside. I have to find my right angle here. It's just a cheap glue spray. I spray it on one side, it's a temporary adhesion. I spray it on 2 sides, it's gonna be more fixed, more strong. Take one that isn't too strong.
So I'm using it to very lightly impregnate the jeans, because we still want the bleach to be able to penetrate. Then I have 2 pieces of a plastic mesh that I'm stacking to try to not waste too much glue on the floor. And those I'm impregnating more thoroughly with the glue.
Oh my god, the second time today I fall over my own materials. Crunch it up just a little bit.
Depending on how irregular you want the pattern to look, you can crunch up the legs just a little or a lot. You could potentially skip it, but since likely on the side seam you're gonna get some irregularity anyway, it might be a good idea to make it more intentional by crunching up the fabric. I wanted to get a lot more even result than my test, so that the pattern is not gonna compete with my chaps design. So I'm just gonna crunch it up a little less.
Okay, so now the trick is to take it easy, aka be patient. My second name, so I guess I'm lucky.
Just kidding, guys. But now the real challenge starts, which is step 3. bleach. So it's basically misting the jeans with the bleach for many layers, letting it more or less get dry in between to prevent the jeans from soaking up too much bleach and losing our pattern. If you don't want the drips to come on the jeans, like only the mist, you actually have to spray a little bit from the side because the drips fall down and the mist is sort of going. At least with this bottle. If you have too many drips, the pattern gets lost. Okay, many layers later. Let's get this off. And bugs were even... I have a dead bug print on there now. If necessary, you can still make some small adjustments. When I looked in the mirror, I had this dark spot right in my crotch, for example. Nothing to write home about, but not really the look I was going for. One wash later, I have one more little surprise. I'm gonna take the jeans in anyway, because it's not really staying up my bum. So I pinned in 2 little dots and checked if that would stay up my hip. Remember how much centimeters or inches that is? Oh my sewing spirits. I never tried this knife instead of seam ripper hack, but this is so convenient and goes so quick. To open the waistband, basically from the left belt loop on the back to the right belt loop on the back. And the middle belt loop I remove with the seam ripper. Then I draw the dots on the fabric, which by the way you can better do on the inside. It's gonna be nothing more than a triangular pleat, but I'm making 2 dots on each side because I felt like I had too much width to take in. To make it really go all in one dot, then you can sew them in towards 0. And then it should look like this when you're finished. Then I cut the waistband exactly in the middle and shorten it in both sides exactly half of the width. I'm gonna thin out my seam allowances because now we need to sew the waistband back together and it's a lot of seam allowance. So when the waistband is connected, I'm even gonna cut away some more seam allowance. Let me know if there's a better way to do this, by the way. Not gonna lie, this is the first time I ever come to do something like this. Well guys, good news and bad news. The bad news is I might have dropped the iron in a little bit of an unfortunate way. The good news is I don't think we're gonna iron today. Instead I'll press the seam open with my fingers. Don't worry, I'm hot like an iron. Now you can top stitch the waistband and belt loop back in place again. It's looking a little wobbly. I think this technique is better for jeans that are just a little too big, but not like several centimeters too big. Thank you to my Patreon. Thank you to you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Like the video, comment, share, do anything to support me in the algorithm. And I hope to see you in my other tutorials. I'll be back. My dust rug. Looking for it for 2 days.